What's up, you guys? It's KeAmber Vaughn, aka CoachKe, coming back to you with another video. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're not new, welcome back. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and also tap the bell so that you are notified of every new video that I post. So as you guys can tell by the title of this video, we're going to be going through the 4 reasons why I do not use cash. Now, before I get started, let me just first apologize. If you guys hear my furnace, it's literally on the other side of this wall because I'm in my basement. It is freezing. My thermostat just said 59 and I did not want to do this video shivering, okay? So I apologize if my furnace is too loud, but I'm going to try to make sure I talk over it. The other little blurb that I want to put in here, please understand that anytime I do videos where I'm talking about why I do something, it's literally just to tell people why I do something. I'm not trying to persuade you to do something different or anything like that. And I had to just put that in there because, you know, the last video that I talked about the 4 reasons why I don't do something, people took it personal. Like, hey, I didn't say why you should do something. I'm talking about why I do it, okay? Because there are other people out there like me who may be feeling like, listen, I see what the majority of people are doing, but I don't want to do it that way. Are there people out there like me? So this is really the biggest reason why I share different parts of my journey and different parts of my story and different things that work for me, because for the most part, I don't really do a lot of things that the majority of people do. As a matter of fact, in this budgeting community, the majority of people that you see who do their budgets, they use the cash envelope system and they primarily use cash for their everyday expenses. You might have some people who kind of do a combination of cash and debit cards, but there are very few of us that I've seen so far that use their debit card for everything. I literally do not use cash at all. When I say at all, I mean at all. If my mom gives me $20 for something, I'm literally going to go straight to the ATM and I'll put the $20 in there before I spend it on anything. I just do not like cash. So I'm going to talk about the 4 reasons why. Now, the first reason, and y'all might be sitting there like, are you for real? The first reason why I don't use cash is I've always been kind of like, I don't want to say afraid, but I guess it is kind of like maybe paranoid. Well, that's a form of being afraid, right? Well, I'm always paranoid that I'll get some type of like counterfeit money or like some kind of dirty money. And I do a lot of traveling. So you know how like when you go to the airport, well, I know at my airport they do this. There's always like that little dog walking around like sniffing stuff out, or sometimes you might be that random person where they like, you know, test your hand. I don't want to end up getting some kind of dirty money and the dog sniff me out, or the little machine tell them, look, she got whatever substance on her hand, all because this money, these dollar bills, these coins have passed through so many hands, you have no idea where it came from. And even from a standpoint of like germs dirty, money is really dirty. I don't know what the last person who had this money was doing with their hands, you know, and I'm not completely OCD or like a huge germaphobe, but I'm like kind of, you know, I'm like teetering the line. So I think about stuff like that. At least with my debit card, I'm the only person who touches it. I can go sanitize it, you know, and all of that stuff, but you cannot do that with cash. So that is like my biggest fear, is having to talk to the police about why I have this counterfeit money, or why I have this unknown substance on a dollar bill that I just got, you know, as change from a transaction 2 hours ago. I just, look, no thank you. So reason number 2 why I do not like using cash is because for me, it's a lot harder for me to track the transactions and track the money. You know, if I was to use cash for everything, I have to stuff all the receipts in my pocket because I don't use purses pretty much. So yeah, I would have to stuff all the receipts in my pocket. When I get home, I got to dump them all out. I got to go through everything, write everything out. And what happens if, you know, I lost a receipt or something? Like, let's say I lost 2 receipts. I can't remember exactly how much was spent at each place. And I've told you guys in previous videos, I'm very anal about my finances, so I have to know like down to the cents exactly how much I spent at each place, especially because with me being a business owner, a lot of my expenses are tax deductible and I have to have that exact amount. So yeah, at least when I use my debit card for everything, if I forget something or, you know, I lose a receipt, whatever, I can just log into my bank account real quick, look at the transactions. Oh, I'm missing that one and I'm missing that one, and I can write it down, you know, exactly how it was spent. I can't really do that with cash. So yeah. Now reason number 3 why I don't use cash is because For me, if I was to lose my wallet, and I've lost my wallet on a couple of occasions, the most recent being like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Well, if I was to lose my wallet, and let's say I have my cash in there because I'm going grocery shopping, and let's say, you know, I took $200 with me, but I lose my wallet while I'm in the store or whatever, I just lost $200. That's money I cannot get back. At least when I lose my wallet and there's no cash in there, the only things are my debit cards and credit cards, I can easily call the companies or go into this little system thing that I have where I can just shut down all of my cards. And even if someone who stole, let's say that my wallet was stolen, and they start using my card wherever, you know, before I'm able to shut everything down, I can at least get that money back. You know, I can report it as fraud. They can go ahead and do their little investigation, and I can get my money back. If I lose a wad of cash in a wallet, it's just lost. That's just the way that I think about it. And you know, some people might be like, okay, well, you just shouldn't lose your wallet. And while that is true, things happen. So reason number 4 of why I don't use cash is because, okay, so the whole concept of people using cash is because there really is no emotional attachment to a card. So a lot of people have spending issues when they use cards all the time because it's so easy to just swipe it, and because you can't like physically see the money leaving your bank account, that is why most people fare better with cash, because there's an emotional attachment to cash. I give the clerk $20, I only get 10 back, I realize that I just spent $10 type of thing. So for me, my mentality is pretty much opposite of everyone else. So because I don't like cash, and I never have, like literally my whole life, like even growing up as a kid, I hated the fact that, you know, when I was a lot younger, I didn't have a bank account, so I had to like stash different parts of my money different places. Half the time I would lose it because I done hid it so well from myself. But what tends to happen with me, because I don't like cash, when I have cash on me, if I don't put it right in a bank account, I end up spending it, because my mentality is I don't like cash. So if I'm not going to put it in the ATM, I have to hurry up and spend it to get it out of my pocket and out of my hands. So my mentality is completely opposite of everyone else's. I do have an emotional attachment to my cards. When I'm swiping, I understand money is leaving my account, and it's a thought. It's like a conscious thought of mine. So I do way better with cards than I do with cash. It's very awkward. It's very different, but that is just me. That's just how things are. Now, again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't use cash, because for a lot of people, cash is better because they have that emotional attachment. Just for me, I got to get it out of my hands because I don't like cash to begin with. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. These were the 4 reasons why I do not use cash. Thumbs up this video if you haven't already, and of course, subscribe if you haven't already as well. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.